So it is pretty obvious by now that high mid-range builds that can fade consistently are the meta in 2K25. It's the build you need to be able to win as many games as possible, and I have put together the perfect one for you today. We're gonna get arguably the best dunk package in the entire game, a 99 mid-range, almost every single dribble move in the entire game, a 91 steal with good perimeter, and still some crazy physicals. Stick around, watch all the way through. I'm gonna explain where I put my cap breakers, my max plus ones. Drop a like, drop a sub before we get started. We are dropping constant videos all through 2K25. And without further ado, let's get right into this build. All right, so for this build, I ended up going point guard, 6'2", 184 pounds, and a 6'4" wingspan. So we had to go 6'4" wingspan to be able to get the 99 mid-range, and I wanted to make sure we had that to get all of those legend shooting badges. 6'2" just get more attributes than 6'3" this year. That's just how it is. But if you go shorter, you aren't quite as good on defense. So I think this is a great balance of getting a lot of attributes, but still being able to get stops. I think I really found the perfect balance and put this thing together perfectly. But enough said about that. Let's get into the finishing. All right, and for our finishing stats, we are going to go with a 79 close shot, 78 driving layup, and an 80 driving dunk on this build. Now, I went with an 80 specifically for the Devin Booker dunk style. It's the best in the game, in my opinion. Yeah, contact dunks are good, but they're so inconsistent this year, and the driving dunk meter is not all that good, in my opinion. These Devin Booker dunks are insanely fast. So on a lot of my guard builds now, I am just going to go for this 80 driving dunk. Obviously, if I am able to get the 89 for contacts, I'm still going to get that. If I want to be getting like really good dunks, super consistent, but that's not what this build is for. We made this to run around, shoot threes, and fade mid-ranges, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. We do end up getting silver float game, bronze aerial wizard, bronze layup mix master. But like I said, the main point in finishing is just having enough attributes to unlock the Devin Booker dunk style. It's just one of the fastest dunks in the entire game. And at such a low rating, it's just super cheap to upgrade to that. So we're able to put a ton of other attributes in other places. Honestly, with the other super high stats we have in this build, I'm really surprised we were able to get this high of a driving dunk anyways. So we will definitely take it, but let's get on to the shooting. And for the shooting, you guys heard me talk about it in the intro. Fading mid-ranges is the meta. It's the best play style if you want to win consistently. A lot of people are doing it on 5'9", so they get the 99-3 also. But if you look at any court with competitive people on it, it's a shorter guard running around a screen, fading mid-ranges. It's the only thing that has somewhat of a pure green window this year, and you're just going to make them at a much higher rate. So we did put a 94 mid-range, 89-3, and an 84 free throw on this build. It's obvious by now there's been a ton of videos about cap breakers and stuff, but I will be putting my +5 cap breakers on mid-range to get that to 99, which will give us all legend shooting badges except for limitless range, which does end up starting out on silver. But once I hit vet 2 here in a couple weeks, I will be putting my second set of cap breakers on 3-point shot to get that to a 94, which will then give us all legend shooting badges and gold limitless range, which you could max +1 to get to Hall of Fame. Basically what I'm getting at is this build is going to be insane at shooting. Even if you don't have your cap breakers quite yet, you do start with gold Deadeye, gold mini marksman, Hall of Fame set shot specialist, and gold shifty shooter with a good jump shot, which I've posted mine a couple of times. Once you get your hot zones, gets your badges up, these ratings are going to have you shooting insanely consistent, super high numbers, especially after that season 2 shooting buff. Everything got a whole lot easier. Dexing off ball, catch and shoots. It's going to be a lot of fun to play on. This is definitely the highlight of the build, but it does not stop here. We have really high playmaking and defense stats, so let's get onto that now. All right, and on to our playmaking stats. We do get a 71 pass accuracy, 92 ball handle, and a 91 speed with ball. This is honestly going to be pretty typical for a lot of the guard builds you see me post. We get the 92 ball handle, which gets us every dribble move in the entire game except for Steve Francis. Steve Francis is good, but on a build like this, I don't think it's worth using all those attribute points to get up to a 95. It's super expensive, and 92 definitely gets the job done. 71 pass accuracy, another thing I put on a lot of my builds. The passes are super fast. You don't get bad animations, and especially after the steal nerf, lockdowns can't really get them anyways. Have a little bit of IQ when you throw a pass, and you won't be getting many turnovers on those, but it also does give us bronze break starter and silver dimer on this one. Not only does the 92 ball handle give us all of those dribble animations, but we also get silver ankle assassin, gold handles for days, and gold unpluckable. And then the 91 speed with ball does give us Hall of Fame lightning launch, which is very good on its own, but this is another area where you can use your max +1. I've had some people asking in the comments if I feel a difference between Hall of Fame and legend lightning launch, and I definitely do. It's definitely noticeable, but we didn't want to waste the attributes going up to a 94 on here. It's just something I'll probably use my max +1 on, because I'm gonna unlock that every season, and then I'm able to use my attribute points in other spots instead. Super solid playmaking, but wait till you see how good these defensive stats are. And for the defense, we are gonna get a 68 interior, 85 perimeter, 91 steal, 60 block, and a 48 defensive rebound. The only thing interior defense is gonna get us badge-wise is gold off-ball pest, but having the rating, which I've said in a lot of my videos, will get you more stops in the paint if you play hands up. And just a couple days ago, they did drop the patch that let you play hands up defense, and 2K doesn't make you jump on it anymore. So it's back to just like every other year where you can hold up the right stick, contest shots, and not jump when you don't want to. Really good addition on that, and it's gonna make us having this 68 interior even better. We are 6'2", so we maxed it out. We want to be able to get any stop we can, because a lot of people are just gonna go right over the top of us. But we also have that 85 perimeter to try to bump them on the outside, which gives us silver challenger, silver on-ball menace, and silver pick dodger. Any bumps you can get on the perimeter to keep people out of the paint are gonna help you immensely. You don't want to get rim run in this build, I'm just gonna tell you that right now, because a lot of people will be finishing right over you in the paint. But that's okay. This is one of those builds where you make up for it in other areas like shooting threes, playmaking, and getting steals, which we have a 91 steal. This is going to unlock us gold glove and gold interceptor. Interceptor got nerfed pretty hard, like I was saying when we were in the playmaking section, but gold glove this year is honestly pretty decent, especially after the patch from a couple of days ago. Now that if you poke it out, the offense gets stunned for a second longer. It's really just going to help defense get more steals and help our build out overall. 60 block, another attribute that does not get us any badges, but it does give us a bailout block here and there, help you get a stop every once in a while, and it's super cheap to upgrade, so you might as well put it up on this build. And then 48 defensive rebound. I didn't even bother upgrading it on here. We're 6'2". We're probably not going to grab all that many rebounds, but that's okay. Like I said, this is a build where you make up for it in other categories, and we got some super good physicals, so let's check those out now. All right, so we do get an 88 speed, 88 agility, 48 strength, and a 60 vertical. So speed and agility are both going to help towards our slippery off ball, which is going to give you all those really fast off ball movements, dexing off ball, getting open, which is one of the best ways to score consistently, especially if you're catching a pass off somebody with high dimer. So for example, most of the time if I'm on the twos running around, my center has Hall of Fame or Legend dimer, and as soon as I can outrun whoever's guarding me, he throws a super fast pass to me with a massive bonus from his dimer badge, and I'm basically just shooting catch and shoots with this super high rating all game. It's definitely kind of cheesy this year, but it is the best way to play, the most consistent way to win. So that's why I went with such a high speed and agility, because we do get the gold slippery off ball in this one. 48 strength, just ended up coming up with some other stuff that we upgraded, but it is going to help us get a few more bumps. It's better than no strength at all. And 60 vertical, this also ended up coming up, but I think I knocked it up a few more. You want to make sure you get that to a 60 because you need it for the Devin Booker style. You definitely don't want to miss out on it because your vertical's a little bit too low. So just make sure you're copying these stats exactly. But again, like I say in a lot of my videos, use it as a template. Change it if you really want to. This is just the best way that I think to put this build together. But now that you guys have seen the whole thing, let me know what you think down below. What you would change, what you would do differently, if you think you have a better version. But let's real quick get on to the comparisons and the build name for this one. All right, so we are going to get comparisons of Kirk Heinrich, De'Aaron Fox, and Jordan Poole with a two-way sharpshooting creator name. Honestly, not too bad. I kind of like this one. If you guys stuck around to the end, I appreciate you watching all the way through. If you make the build, I hope you like it, and I will catch you in the next one.